Hey everybody, so this is the third and final video of my diluted earnings per share series, and we're going to talk about convertible notes and bonds. So let's just start with what they are. Well, it's basically just debt that can be converted into stock. So we're going to take a look at Snapchat to go over an example of this. So right here, they talk about their long-term debt, more in specifics, their 2028 notes. So it says right here, in February 2022, they entered a purchase agreement with certain counterparties, and they sold a 1.5 billion principal amount of convertible senior notes due in 2028. So they also had this additional option to purchase another $200 million to the principal. So what they received should have been about $1.7 billion, but their net proceeds were 1.31 billion. So what this essentially means is that missing amount, the 1.31 billion versus the 1.7 billion, that is implied interest. So it's implied interest and it's also debt issuance cost. So there's about a good $400 million missing here. So this is what you call a non-interest bearing note. So nowhere in here does it show an interest rate. The interest rate is essentially them receiving less money up front. So they sold these notes at what is called a discount. So like I said, they should have received $1.7 billion, but instead they received $1.3 billion. Now in the future, in 2028, they're going to owe these investors $1.7 billion. So that is essentially that they're paying this effective interest over time. Now let's get into the more nitty-gritty right here. So it says the 2028 notes are convertible into cash, shares of our Class A common stock, or a combination of cash and shares of our Class A common stock. And it says the initial conversion rate is 17.75 shares of Class A common stock per $1,000 of principal amount of the 2028 notes. So to convert this debt into equity, it's going to cost them $56.34 per share. So does it make sense for them to do that? Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at Snap price. So Snap is currently trading at $8.47. Now the conversion is $56.34. Big no. There's no way that these investors are going to convert their debt into shares of Snapchat. For them to do that, it needs to be well over $56.34. Right now, it is $8.47. Therefore, this debt, this convertible senior note, this is not dilutive. It is not dilutive. And I'll show you guys that. So we're going to go on page 14. Now, right here, we have this little line. It says the following potentially dilutive shares were excluded from the calculation of diluted net loss per share because their effect would have been anti-dilutive for the periods presented. It says convertible notes, if converted, 89,379. Now this is in thousands, so this is actually 89,379,000. So of course they are not going to convert, like I said before. So this was left out of the diluted earnings per share figure. So these were not considered dilutive shares. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video series and have a great one.